but we are here with Mollee Gray and Garrett Clayton of Pride House LA. Thank you for joining me today.
Of course, thanks for having us.
I'm so excited to get to chat with you guys. First, I want to dive into how did Pride House LA even come about and get started?
Pride House LA happened very organically and unexpectedly. We were making TikToks on the beach for Teen Beach Movie, and then obviously Jeka, my husband, is there and wasn't in Teen Beach Movie, so we like tried to come up with something that was more in a realm that was all cohesive with each other. And then we were like, we're a bunch of queer people, let's make a Pride House.
The first couple months of it, we were literally just, it was the middle of the pandemic. Your max could only have 10 people in your life. And we were like, well, we can be 4 of them together. And we're all creatives. We love comedy. We love dancing. We love acting. We love, like, there's just, we have a lot of energy as a group of humans.
A lot of energy.
And so, and we all, made the agreement. We were like, okay, like, we know we're safe with each other, and that let's make the most of this time while we can spend quality time, because our work takes us away from each other so often. And it really snowballed from the fact that we're all queer and we were all so proud of it. Someone online or something said something like Pride House, and we were like, yeah, that's it.
We made the handle and it just became a thing. Also, we're very, very passionate people. So we really didn't want to do something that was just kind of two-dimensional. We wanted to create a group that was, you could look at, feel safe, be a part of, feel like you're there with us. And we kind of wanted to make something bigger than just like being a group of friends. We wanted to show who we were and connect with everyone in our community.
We were getting messages about people saying like, your group is making me feel confident coming out, feeling authentic, telling my best friend that I'm, identify as queer, to whatever that meant to that person. We get those messages every day now. What we realized at the time is how it really was affecting other people's lives in a positive way. So we said, yeah, you know what, let's make this official. And so we lightly started we made the account, and then we put up a few videos because we were like, let's see how it goes. And then Jojo came out before we even knew it.
Yeah, we didn't know.
We didn't know when we made the video with her, that was her intention.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I would love to hear, obviously, of course, from like Jimmy Fallon and stuff. I have heard it from her perspective, but I would love to know, you guys reached out to her. You're like, these videos are getting traction. Like, are you okay with this? When she let you guys know, what was your reaction internally? I mean, how awesome.
I've known Jojo since she was like 8 years old, like 8 or 9. She was super young. And so I just felt like big sister proud, and then also like having a fellow person that's queer, you know what I mean? And being so close to her, I think that's like literally what Pride Month is too. You're proud, it's pride. And then now she's having her first Pride, and it's really, really cool to watch. Everyone knows Jojo as this like really bubbly, like energetic person, and that's how she is, but her smile and her whole aura is so much different right now, now than it was. And not saying that she wasn't like happy or it wasn't genuine, but there was a part of her that just hadn't been, shown yet. It's really cool just to like look at someone and see how happy they are. It was cool to watch everyone support her too. Yeah. Because that's what I was scared. I was like, man, she worked, and I had that same feeling coming out. Like, man, I worked so hard for this career. I'd hate for it to go away because of people who are ignorant.
We were like, we hope we didn't do something like,
I was like oh my God, our publicist
wrong or offensive. We were like, we did not mean to mislabel. And she was like, no, this is what I want.
She has like a glow about her now. I mean, she's always been like super energetic, super captivating, but I think fans of her, like, it's really obvious she has a glow about herself now because she's living like her 100% truth. When you touch on things about how you've been getting messages from people, I feel like your platform 110% really is such an inclusive platform and community for people in the LGBTQIA+ community. And so I'm curious, and I'm sure there are so many things that you can think of, but what has been the most impactful moment thus far?
But I think for me, the most impactful thing was
seeing all these young people.
Seeing specific stories of people who aren't safe in their home, that can't come out because they're scared for their safety, but they come out to their online community, and the amount of support that either one comment or direct message or that says, because it's actually really sad if you kind of go down like a dark hole and follow these people who are really not in a good spot. We're just out and we're happy, and there's some people who cannot do that, especially with it being Pride Month. It's for people who can't come out, it's a really difficult one for them. You want to feel proud, and you want to go celebrate, but sometimes you just can't. The most impactful thing is like for someone trusting us enough to be told, you know, like that they're gay, and knowing that we're holding something so sacred of who they are, and they trust us with that.
I think one of the impactful things is us being able to provide support in different ways, whether you're able to be authentic and out and proud, or if you somehow sadly have to shroud your authenticity or your truth in whatever you've had to do to cope with whatever your life circumstances. We also want to make some content coming out that says, you know, whatever journey you're on, whatever path you're on is valid. And if you can't come out now, that's okay.
And your timing is your timing.
There are quite a few people in the older demographic that have reached out saying, I wish I had this when I was younger. I wish I had people like, you know, like your group who aren't scared of other people's bias or bigotry or opinions. You are 100% yourself, because that's the most important thing for these young people to see. And I wish I had that when I was their age.
For this generation to have these young kids growing up and like us, you know, it's really, we always say representation matters, and we want to be representation for everyone across the board.
Sometimes your visibility is your activism.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 100% apparent of how beautiful and how impactful Pride House LA is, but I think it's really eye-opening to learn you know, just how broad the spectrum is of the people that you are impacting from 5 years old to 85 years old, because it's so impactful on both scales, the same amount of level, but like in different ways.
Yeah.
And I think that is just like so eye-opening, so beautiful. And it's crazy because you guys have known each other for so long. Do you think that you ever expected to be collaborating together and working together again on something of such a large scale such as this? Because it is so impactful and beautiful.
Yeah,
I really have like tears in my eyes. Like,
no, it is. It's really cool. I mean, even just from the journey of when we started being friends, you know, Garrett got put in a terrible place by his reps and wasn't allowed to be gay and had to act straight. Even our journey of starting out, like we used to try and get people to pretend like we were dating and like to create stories.
Like we would just like pose certain ways on the carpets because we were like, well, at least it's easier to let people think that than deal with the consequences. She came out a few years before me and dealt with those consequences, and we had multiple conversations about what that was. And I was coached in such a way that I was so scared. There's major actors that are still talking about A-list level celebrity that is still terrified to come out. And there's so much bias and so much, so many, the optics of it is so hard for completely different circumstances for everybody. But I will say, like, this journey that we're on, really, it's felt like it's been a snowball effect of just joy and love, and something that came so organic. We're proud of whatever label we've gotten out of this kind of thing, because ultimately, if we can educate, if we can show that kind of love, that positivity, and the education element really is within the community and allies. Not only do we want to make sure that, we feel comfortable, obviously, because we've been friends for so long, but we also want to make sure the people coming in are comfortable and that they feel confident in representing whatever background they come from. We want to know, we want them to know, like, it is completely 100% your choice. If you want to join our family, we welcome that. And we want you to be a voice for your community, but we want to know that you feel confident in that.
And
that
also,
it's not our pressure. It's
it's also making sure that the person we do bring in is a good representation of Pride House. We're not just a house that is, makes TikToks and crop tops. We're a house with a mission, and that's what we lead with, the mission first, not like the following. And I think that's why we're getting a following.
We lead with the mission, not the optics.
Yes, exactly.
You guys are such an authentic friend group. And so you don't just want to plant someone in, you want to make sure that they also have that authentic connection, not only to you guys, but to what you're creating. Because you guys are so tight knit, what is your favorite thing about each of the members? You each go, because I want to hear from each of you about each other, and then about Kent and Jeka as well.
The one thing I love about Kent is he's very holistic, and that he has a lot of
like the oils and stuff.
Yeah, we always he does certain things where he's like, okay, this for protection, this for love, this for that. It always puts us in a nice mind frame. It smells great. What you'll learn about Jeka is how reserved he is, but such a pillar of confidence and somebody you can lean on and somebody that you can really, really count on. I can talk to Jeka about anything because he's always such an easy person who has an open ear and wants to just be there for the people he loves. And I'll say Mollee goes above and beyond to make sure we are all taken care of. She really, I call her Momlee a lot. She works her life around making sure, like, not only does she do this with us, she has a YouTube channel with Jeka. They have an entire dance crew of different age ranges. Her and Jeka have altered their lives to make sure that we as a house, as a content house going forward, are successful because we are all fighting for each other in different ways. Mollee really is such like a good leader.
So
I love you.
My favorite thing about Kent is he's like a psycho. He's nutty. He's so funny.
He is a wacko.
He's the comedic relief in every situation that we need. He's very passionate, you know, and I love that. He's very passionate on both ends of the spectrum, when he's angry, when he's excited, when he's funny, you know what I mean? And I love that his energy around lights up the room. Everyone gets so excited, and he knows how like to make everyone laugh. It's amazing. I think my favorite thing about Jeka is, like, I don't know, he's my husband. I just love him.
There's a little bit of bias there.
Yeah, a little bit of bias.
Which
He's
is a given.
my favorite in the group. No, Jeka just really holds the calmness of the group. Specifically, Garrett and I and Kent were very like high energy, high anxiety people.
Jeka grounds us.
And Jeka is so chill. My favorite thing about Garrett is probably just like our relationship. We've been friends for so long, and I know our friendship has no boundaries. We'll come back and go forward with anything. We fight like siblings. We are best friends. We get separation anxiety. We've tested our friendship so much, and it's made it so strong that I just trust him with anything. And I know that he'll be honest with me. If I ask him a question about something I'm needing, he'll tell me the truth. I also feel like I'm like a big protector. Like, I need to protect him too, like a older sister type thing.
Big sister energy.
Yeah, I protect people I care about.
All those qualities, it makes sense why you guys are such a tight-knit, authentic group, and it really does shine through in your content. Aside from, you know, working together, you guys have collaborated with a couple of people, Todrick Hall, Ruba, and I saw Derek Huff recently. Yeah. What has it been like to collaborate with those people? Because they're all so incredible in their own right.
Yeah.
So what has that been like?
It's really fun. Like, we try to collaborate with creatives rather than just like famous people or something. We really just have like a fun time. Like, it's just so fun, like creating content, and there's no egos. We haven't dealt with anybody that has like an ego. Right. So we'll like throw ideas off each other, bounce around, you know, stuff like that. So it's just really fun. It doesn't feel like work.
It really doesn't. And honestly, because we do TikTok Tuesday every Tuesday, like right now there's 8 people in the yard. We have people who come back every week now because they're like, we just love hanging out with you guys and we love what we do every week. And so we want to be that open place that we're like, hey, TikTok Tuesday, everyone we love knows that please come up and just show your colors and do what you want. And as long as everyone feels safe, we're happy.
It's also fun to see people like who we first collaborated with, and they would dress kind of more like darks and whites or something, and then the more we collaborate, and when they come to our house, like, it looks like Skittles in the backyard. It's really exciting. Our backyard is crazy too. Like, we'll have to show you the rainbow, and it's really you go outside and it's just like fantasy land. Yeah, it's like an adult Jojo Siwa.
Literally sounds like a dream come true. That's like the best way to describe it. Adult Jojo Siwa backyard. So who would be your guys' like dream person to collaborate with at the moment?
Beyonce.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. You know, every time we ask somebody like, who would you dream to collaborate with? It's always Beyonce. So Beyonce, if you're ever watching this, please, we are trying to get you to collaborate with people. Please.
I think I would want to collaborate with someone who does not believe in the LGBTQ community or is very red state. Or I would love to collaborate with somebody like that and have a conversation with them and see if we can butt heads a little bit and see if we can kind of open their mind. Right. I think that'd be fun to collaborate with and just sit and just show people there's people like that out there, and this is why we need to get our community more
to create conversations to cross the line, and let's keep fighting to get people on our side. We all just want to feel confident in our authenticity, and we need people on the other side who might have a smaller minded point of view and that, you know, they want us to be a certain way. We need them to know we are not a threat. We don't expect you to be anything but you, and we need you to give that back to us. We don't want you to believe in anything you don't want to
Yeah,
believe in,
right.
but we want you to back off of our rights and let us just live our life.
And let us exist. Yeah.
It's like, we don't want more than you. We just want equality.
Let's touch on the podcast first. So tell me about the podcast. And I feel like that would be like the perfect platform to maybe be able to facilitate that conversation with somebody who is maybe not seeing eye to eye. So tell me about the podcast.
We're finishing up our contracts and all that, and we're going to get started probably here in the next like 2-3 months. I think at the latest, it's starting to wrap down. We wanted people to hear our voices because a lot on TikTok, unless you respond or do something where you're talking, very rarely though, you're just dancing. So no one really like looks at our face, hears our voices.
There's a lot of just using audios and like making content to it. We
So
want people to know us.
Yeah, we want to cause controversy within, the community. Like who are we speaking to? Who are we missing? We want people to hear those difficult conversations, and we want to start, being advocates through our voice, not just through an app that way. Like we want people to hear us and look at us like this conversation is great. I want people to see that.
We really want to make an impact. We want to have the hard conversations. We want to have guests that are allies, but we also want to have conversations with people on the other side of the tracks because it's important. That's how we're going to grow. That's how we're going to affect change. That's how we're going to change opinions.
You're making, whether you say you want to make change, you are making change. You guys are really just like full force. I can't say how impressed I am enough. Let's touch on the Amazon Live. What can fans anticipate from this? How can they get involved with it? And then also, I did see a clip which made me laugh so much. You already know.
Oh no.
It just made it made my whole day. But that is live. That is it's live. We're live. So
and that's what I think our Amazon live show is. So I really want people to follow us, and it's hard getting traction over there because a lot of our following is other apps. So we're trying to get people over there to follow us, because as soon as you follow us, you get a notification when we're live, and then you don't have to like buy anything or anything. You know what I mean? You just watch the show. That's why I want people to watch us, because like stuff like that happens all the time.
And that one, to be fair, like we're going to deal with a lot of serious, intense issues that are going on in the world on the podcast. Amazon Live is like the party.
No filter, everything, and stuff happens literally every episode.
Every single time.
I need to start making like little clippets and putting them up because it's crazy. People just need to see us, because when we're together, it's crazy. Like it's like it's silly and it's fun. Yeah. We also try and find
because an aspect of it is us finding products that we believe in. We want to find the things that we believe in from companies we know are making good things.
And who are putting their money into the community.
I think it's awesome that you guys paint with such broad strokes, because, you're not just selling like we do dances on TikTok or we're being unfiltered and silly, but then we're going to use the platform of the podcast to have serious conversations. You're so well-rounded in, your brand. And I think it's just amazing. It's so awesome. I can't even tell you guys enough. You really do paint with such broad strokes, and you're making such a huge impact. So it's just incredible. Are there any projects or other things that we don't know about that we didn't already touch on?
There's going to be some big announcements coming soon.
Okay. There are. We have so much coming up. It's crazy.
There's something.
But your lips are sealed.
Yeah, we just can't say yet, but it's going to be really fun. So yeah, make sure you're
staying tuned.
Keeping me on my toes. I'll be definitely keeping a tab on this. We always love to end the interview with 3 fun questions. So I guess I want to roll into those since I can't pry that information out of you guys. I guess we'll roll into those. My first question is, what is your guys' favorite TikTok challenge, trend, or audio that you have done?
I'm so embarrassingly nerdy. I'm a really big of the Christmas claymations, and I have to cover my eyes. I like doing the makeup trends, because I am a theater kid at heart. So just like do it. It just gets me going. And I really loved Heat Miser, Snow Miser.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was one of my favorites. Also, when I got to turn into Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus during Halloween.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like those are some of my tops.
My favorite TikTok that I've released is my biggest one that went viral. I think it's like at 25 million views, and it's the song Levitating.
You want me?
I want you, baby. So I did a fun spin on it where I said, my husband coming out to me is transgender, and then it flipped and it said him, and it says, you want me? And then it flipped back to me, and I go, I want you, baby. Because he was nervous coming out. So that was my favorite. I kind of like to flip the trends of, you know,
put a little twist on them.
Yeah.
And only 25 million views. I mean,
my whole thing.
Just 25 million.
Yeah.
Okay, my second question for you guys, what is Pride House LA's favorite thing to do together when you're not making content?
Sit in the living room and probably take some shots and just hang out.
Like
right.
We'll just sit in a circle and
party,
just, it's like
we literally we're sitting on the couch right here, but you're on a table and we have like a chair and a little beanbag and we just sit around this. We'll do angel cards a lot or oracle cards, and then we'll just like talk, and we end up still making content though. But
we're usually pretty silly.
Yeah.
Like
is this a shameless plug for the fact that I saw you guys were sponsored for my Spurt Off for Pride Month, maybe?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys
literally they sent us like 16 bottles of alcohol.
They did.
Okay, clearly you guys have enough to take some shots.
Yeah, I was like, Bert. I was like, which one this week?
And then my last question for you, Pride House LA, the group of you, you're stuck on an island. You can only bring 3 things for the group. No, Amazon cannot help you guys and send you guys stuff while you're there.
No
what
airdrop.
you guys pick is what you're bringing. What are you bringing for the group?
Well, I'm thinking about actual survival.
Yeah, me too.
So like a tarp, so we could build shelter.
Okay.
A box of matches and rope are the things I would choose.
Okay, I think I would choose.
Or actually, a knife, because I can use that for many uses. Like a good, really good knife, because you can like open coconuts. You can trim to make spears to go fishing. You can do a lot of things. Yeah.
I would bring water purifier.
There you go.
Yeah. A Brita.
Yeah, Brita.
Oh, Brita. Wait, life straw.
Life straw. What's life straw?
So life straws are where you pull and it's like unlimited use, where like people bring it to places where the water isn't clean.
It out of the tree?
Yeah, no, and from like you can go to like really dirty water and you pull it out and then it cleans it for you in real time.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
It takes a while, but it works, and it's like it's how to survive, you know.
I would bring. I feel like I would have everything.
I switched my knife to a Swiss Army knife.
We were only allowed to bring 3, but we've got life straw, Swiss Army knife, tarp, and match. Rope.
Oh no, book of matches.
This is a big shopping list.
I would bring a bathing suit.
Molly.
Let's handing away the little.
Yeah, I'm like just laying out on the island and they're like, good work. And I'm like, thanks, boys.
She's like, the roof isn't high enough.
Yeah, I love it. I have faith in you guys. It sounds like you've got a great list of survival things. Thank you so much for hopping on here to chat with me. It was such a pleasure getting to get to know your guys' like platform and your world and getting to be in your guys' warm spirits. This was such a wonderful like opportunity to get with chat with you guys.
Oh, thank you. Well, thanks for having us. This was a great interview. You're so fun to talk to.
Oh, thank you so much. And really just thank you. This was wonderful. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Pride Month and everything. Really, thank you so much.
Hey,
thank you for
so
having
much.
us.